from Goodman Diamond on the campus of the University of Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2024 WIAA State Softball Championships. We begin today in Division 5 as the top seed, the Oakfield Oaks, play the number 2 seed, Pacelli Cardinals. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Madison. Thanks for being with us. Along with Bob Brainerd, I'm Jay Wilson. Oakfield and Pacelli, two teams that kind of know their way around Goodman Diamond.
Yeah, they sure do, Jay. This is the matchup in Division 5 that everybody anticipated. Top 2 ranked teams in the state all season long. And between them, these two teams know how to not only get here, but win championships. Combined, Jay, they have won 10 total state championships in softball.
Going to be a fun day. Let's go to our keys of the game, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Bob?
Well, if you're looking at Pacelli, they played Oakfield a year ago in this very same game, and they were victorious against the Oaks. So they want to lean on the past experience of those players that played it a year ago. They know how to get here. They know how to get it done. And if you're Oakfield, you're leaning on tradition. This is their 17th trip to state. They know how to get here. Now, can they finish what they couldn't finish a year ago?
First pitch coming up. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Goodman Diamond. The teams lined up down the baselines, introduced to the crowd. There you see the umpiring crew. And we are just about set for this Division 5 state championship final between the Pacelli Cardinals and the Oakfield Oaks. There's Pacelli in the white with the red uniforms. They had dark uniforms yesterday, but they brought out the whites today. And Oakfield in their traditional black and orange with the pinstripes. Boy, we've seen those through the years, haven't we? And everybody's wearing bows on their hair today.
Yeah, the matching ribbons, yeah.
White for Oakfield and red and white for Pacelli.
If you look good, you play good. Yeah.
That's what I understand. I guess that's why I never played well. Oakfield comes in 26-3, Pacelli 27-2. The Oaks defeated Thorpe 7-3. That was on Thursday night in the semifinals. And Pacelli won their semifinal match yesterday morning, 10-0 in 6 innings over Assumption.
You mentioned in the open, Jay, that Pacelli won this matchup a year ago for the state title, beat Oakfield 9-6 in the D5 championship. Cards led that game, Jay, 8-1 after 3 innings, and went on to win at 9-6. Both teams had 11 hits in that game, so the pitchers got scuffed up a year ago in 2023. We will see if Ali Lamanska, you're going to see her in the circle here for Oakfield, if she is able to bounce back from her experience a year ago. In that game against Pacelli, she only got 2 innings in, gave up 8 runs on 8 hits, and not a single strikeout. So you know that's lingering in her head. You know she wants to do better.
Here are your starting lineups, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Here's the Pacelli batting order. They've scored double figures in 19 different games this year. Their team batting average, .457. Hannah Trzynski had a little bit of a injury as she slid in awkwardly to the third base bag yesterday, but she's back in action. She stayed in the game yesterday, but hopefully she's 100% because she is one of the key members of that Pacelli batting order. All right, Ali Lamanska is set to start us off. Maddie Pionic in the batter's box for Pacelli. First pitch just a little low for ball 1. Our home plate umpire is Randy Tilke from Greenfield. First base umpire from Wausau's Thomas Hacken. Wayne Siskin from Cameron. Man's third. And a swing and a miss, and the count evens 1-1.
Lamanska comes in. Her ERA was under 2. Now 18-2 on the season.
Fisted foul, so 1-2 the count. To the leadoff hitter for Pacelli, Maddie Pionic. Katie Ilk is next, and then Hannah Trzynski in the number 3 spot.
Lamanska doesn't have the monster strikeout totals, Jay, but the walks are down, and that's the key for a pitcher. You want to pitch to contact.
Another foul, first base side. Maddie Pionic in the semifinals against Assumption yesterday struck out in her first 2 at-bats and then tripled and singled. 2 for 4 for her yesterday in that big run rule game against their central Wisconsin rivals, Assumption. This one's hit hard to right field. Kotke on the retreat. Can't get it over her head. It'll bounce off the wall. Pionic rounds second. She's going into third. A leadoff triple for Maddie Pionic.
Well, that was just muscled up. The wind is a non-factor here this morning. The flag is just limp in center field. So this is not only going oppo taco, but to muscle it that far and roll all the way to the wall, and then your leadoff hitter normally has good speed. Maddie does.
Well, here's Katie Ilka with an RBI opportunity in her first at bat. Nobody down here in the first inning. Yeah, the first 2 days of this tournament, the wind was howling to right field and really helping balls. But as you say, Bob, the flags are limp. East at 3 is the official wind direction speed. And that was all off the bat of Pionic. Pacelli trying to score early. That's another foul. Again, down the right field line.
And Lamanska, we talked about the numbers in the title game a year ago. Not the start she wanted. You know she wanted to go 1, 2, 3 here and get back in that dugout right away.
Here's the 0-2. Hit hard to center. It'll hold up for Olivia Robinson. Going to be a sacrifice fly as Pionic scores. Sac fly for Katie Ilka. Quickly, 1-0 Pacelli.
And good work by your top 2 hitters at the top of the lineup. Get them on, and then get a deep ball. Able to score easily. Good start once again for Pacelli.
Well, the way these two teams can score runs, you're going to need probably more than one today. Here comes Hannah Trzynski. And as we said, Trzynski got all gummed up as she tried to stay on the third base bag yesterday and needed a couple minutes to walk off whatever was ailing her, and she looks like she's good to go today. Fouled off. And if she's good to go, she can hit .512 on the season for batting average.
Yep, 2 for 4 in the matchup a year ago. She had 4 ribbies, Jay, in that 9-6 victory over Oakfield.
2 for 4 against Assumption yesterday as well. Lamanska drops that one low and bounces in. And the count's 1-2 now to the Pacelli first baseman. To short. Krista Sabo throws across. And that's out number 2. That Sabo name has been all over the history books in softball at Oakfield. That's Krista. She's the designated, or the flex player, excuse me, playing at shortstop today. Now here comes Caitlin Yenter, the hard-hitting catcher for Pacelli.
Yeah, Yenter 3 for 4 yesterday in that rout of Assumption.
She's first team all-conference in the Central Wisconsin South. Pacelli, the champions of that conference, 12-0 record this year. And a strike on the outside for Lamanska. There is some rain on the radar. We're hoping that if it does come, we'll be able to play through it. Here's a fly ball into foul territory. Long run and a nice running grab by Marissa Kotke. And that will get Pacelli out of the inning. They score 1. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Pacelli gets an RBI sac fly from Katie Ilka. 1-0 Cardinals as Oakfield comes up for the first time. Let's take a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here. Stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. We told you about all the double-figure offensive numbers for Pacelli. Well, Oakfield, they've had 16 games in double figures, outscoring their opponents 250-62 this year. And they'll lead off with Marissa Kotke, the right fielder.
And this is Peyton Mansell in the circle, Jay, who's pitching. ERA under 1 at .74, 9-1 on the season. This is her 11th game and her 10th game started. Pacelli, really, they've got the luxury of having 3 really good pitchers. Trzynski can pitch, Mansell out there now, and Martini as well. So you don't have to tire an arm out. Mansell getting the softball here in the state championship.
Mansell was great against Assumption yesterday. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts. And quickly ahead of Marissa Kotke, 1-2. Swinging strike 3. Kotke couldn't catch up with it. 1 down in the Oakfield first.
4-hit shutout yesterday against Assumption. The 10 strikeouts. She's got the first one here, getting the leadoff hitter.
Well, nothing fancy there. Just rear back, throw a little rise, and Kotke didn't have a chance. Here comes Ryan Vilbig, the second baseman for Oakfield. Strike call. 64 degrees is our temperature. Again, the wind's very light. They say they're east of 3, but that might be overstating it just a little bit. Flag not moving a bit. Now complete overcast. It's actually a pretty good morning to play softball.
Comfy.
There's a good look at Goodman Diamond. As you see, home of the Wisconsin Badgers in the Big Ten. Home of the state softball tournament since 2002. This one's fisted foul, and it'll hold up. Oh, and the catcher couldn't quite grab onto it. Kaylin Yenter couldn't hold on, so it's a strike and a 1-2 count.
We'll give Kaylin maybe an early morning mulligan, if you will, because it's too early. That had some backspin on it, though, Jay.
Yeah. Well, they'll charge Yenter with an error, so the first error of the game by either team. And Mansell missed with that one outside. So 2-2 the count with Olivia Robinson, the center fielder, on deck. This is Oakfield's 17th trip to state, their third in the last 4 years. Back to the circle. Mansell handles it. 2 down, so the error doesn't hurt.
Yeah, 17th trip, Jay. The 6 titles we mentioned in the Open. Oh, and by the way, runners up, including last year, 4 times. So in the 16 trips to the state championship, they have made it to this title game 14 times. It's amazing, amazing tradition at Oakfield.
Here is Olivia Robinson. Off the fist, that's going to fall in front of Ilka for a base hit. So first hit for Oakfield comes with 2 outs. Olivia Robinson loops one to center.
Just muscle it out there. You see the outfielders, they were pretty deep defensively, respecting the power.
Left fielder Stella Hoffman steps in. Yeah, teams like Oakfield and Kakana, it seems like we grow up with these players. We see them down here so often.
Same old, same old.
You didn't hear last night, Kakana's 108-game winning streak was ended. Milton scored 3 in the top of the 7th to shock the Galloping Ghosts and stop their hopes of a 4th straight title. So Milton will play in the Division I final this afternoon if the weather holds up, or that'll be early this evening, I should say. It'll be Kenosha Bradford against Milton. Our other undefeated team, Mishicot, lost with a big 7th inning yesterday as well. 2-0 pitch coming and a swinging strike.
You saw Lamanska, Jay. She was motioning down to the third base coach and said, "Give me the signal." She was ready to go. Then she just kind of waved it off and said, "No, I got this.
Yeah,
I've been here before." 4 for 4 yesterday in the win over Thorpe was Lamanska. Oakfield was up against it yesterday. Game was tied at 3. And then the Oaks put together that 4 spot in the 6th inning to break that 3-3 tie. Lamanska right in the middle of it.
And swinging strike 3. Down goes Lamanska. And that'll do it for Oakfield in the first. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. There's a good look at Oakfield starting pitcher Allie Lamanska. And you see her numbers on the season.
Yeah, again, good job. She's an out-getter. Gave up just the single tally in the first frame. Yeah, you just wonder, Jay. It was a year ago. She got kind of knocked around against this Pacelli squad in the biggest game of the year. Only got 2 innings in, gave up 8 runs on 8 hits, didn't get a strikeout. Does that linger, or are you able as an athlete to just shut it down and say, that was last year, this is this year?
Well, I'm guessing that she's the kind that says, I can't wait for another opportunity. And she has that opportunity today. There's Kelsey Giese, the shortstop for Pacelli. Good offensive stats for her this year, which you can say about anybody in that Pacelli lineup. Of course, Oakfield has a great tradition of great pitchers through the years. Remember the first perfect game in state softball history? 2009, a freshman named Ashley Holtz had a 6-0 perfect game shutout. She had only 3 strikeouts, but retired every batter start to finish. We had only one other perfect game in state history. That was Kayla Schwebke of Laconia against Michigan in 2016. There have been 12 no-hitters at state softball, but only 2 perfect games. There's a foul.
Hard to do either the no-hitter, Jay, or the perfect game, just because you get to this point, you get to this stage, and the talent is so good. It's hard for even the most dominating pitchers to go perfect.
Yeah. Well, I remember that broadcast we had of Ashley Holtz's perfect game so well. Here's the 2-2. Little high, ball 3. We had her on headsets for an interview after the game, and it was the best post-game interview by a freshman ever. You know, she just said history, and she's a freshman, and she was so cool and gave such great answers. I'll never forget that. Bill Brophy and I still talk about that all the time. Remember that freshman for Oakfield? It was such a good interview. Ball 4, Giese walks to lead off the second. Well, Lamonska, who had good control in the first inning, 13 of her 15 pitches were strikes. Now she walks a batter to lead off inning number 2. Second time in 2 innings they put the leadoff person on. Here's a foul ball. Oh boy, a good running try by Marissa Kotke. She caught a foul ball on the run earlier, couldn't quite come up with that one, so the count 0-1.
If you're Lamonska, and we talked about what happened to her last year in those 2 innings, what you do here in 2024 is stay out of the big inning. Don't let these Pacelli bats get you for a crooked number. That's when you can get in trouble early. That's what happened last year.
1 strike. Here's Amelia Martini. Ground ball to second. They'll get 1 there. Can't turn it as Martini flew down the line. So a fielder's choice gets Giese out at second, and Martini reaches with now 1 out.
Pretty close at second base. Ball kind of died, slow roller there. And you see Vielbig just get there. Just get the foot in the bag ahead of Giese.
Second baseman Ava Tess. She lays down a bunt. Good one. Got her. Close play at first. Vielbig covering. And the decision is out at first. The batter, Tess, is still kind of hanging around the bag, hoping things will change. Very close. Whoops.
Got that orange bag in softball.
Well, now, Ann Molsky, the head coach for Pacelli, is coming out to discuss the call with the first base umpire. And again, the batter, Tess, is still standing on the first base bag, hoping things will change, but rarely do they. And this time, again, they do not. Here's another look at the play at first.
Yeah, you get to see the replay. We do not have replay challenges or reviews yet in high school softball. But a bang-bang play to be sure.
Yep. So Martini's at second. Now 2 down. And they intentionally walked Peyton Mansell, who had a good day at the plate yesterday. And Molsky's still trying to talk about things. And looks like we're going to get a runner for Mansell. That's going to be Jaden Zdroik. 5'10" freshman, Jaden Zdroik.
You know how to say that by now.
You know,
good job.
Rochelle had a bunch of Zdroiks over the years, and we always called them Zdroik. But
you were corrected?
Pacelli had a representative up here giving us pronunciations. Is it Zdroik? No, Zdroik.
Zdroik.
Just kind of Zdroik. And I'll tell you what, the Rochelle Zdroiks, and there's a hit by pitch. Well, they intentionally walked Mansell, and now Caden Nelson hit by a pitch, so all of a sudden the bases are loaded for Pacelli.
Yeah, we talk about control with Lamonska. Doesn't pile up the strikeout numbers, but when she has good control, she's throwing strikes and getting outs. Right now the control is an issue, and we talked about the big inning too, avoiding it. There's one brewing here, even with 2 outs.
Talk about pronunciations, you know. I was going to say, Some of the Rochelle Zadroics are called Zadroics, and some of the Stevens Point Zadroics are Zadroics. In Sauk City, if you're on one side of the river, you're a Brining. On the other side of the river, you're a Bruning. Lifted in the air to center. Olivia Robinson has a beat on it and makes the catch. And Oakfield gets out of the inning. Inning and a half complete. 1-0 Pacelli. Local station, this is your WIAA. Go to the bottom of the second in our Division 5 Softball Championship with Pacelli leading Oakfield. And next week is the state baseball tournament in Grand Chute, Fox City Stadium. And the Pacelli Cardinals baseball team will be there playing. So a big week for the Cardinals from Stevens Point. Softball this week, baseball next. A couple of other state championships going on today, too. Team tennis just down the road here at Nielsen Tennis Stadium, and the first ever lacrosse championship taking place in Sun Prairie, boys and girls today.
Busy weekend throughout the state.
Here is Stella Hoffman. As Oakfield comes to bat in the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0. Pulled foul.
Did you notice the baseball guys had the shades, the wraparound shades, upside down?
They kind of look like baseball guys.
Yeah, that's the look. You can tell they're baseball guys.
Yeah. Softball team was the bows.
Ribbons got to match. It's all about the fashion.
The baseball guys have their look.
That's right.
Strike three. Down goes Huffman. First out of the second inning.
3 Ks now for Mansell. Got not only the fastball, but then kind of the off-speed pitch. Look at the spin. Hard to catch up with that.
And Hoffman could not. Alexis Liebenau, the third baseman. Second team all-conference performer, Liebenau. Oakfield, the champions of the Trailways North Conference, 16-0 record. Again, overall 26-3. Rob Schaefer's the head coach in his third season at Oakfield. Fisted foul. And quickly 0-2 to Liebenau. Samantha Tapp, the catcher, is on deck.
Yeah, Rob in his third year, but, you know, picking things up, keeping that tradition going. Their first state title, Jay, Oakfield, was 1997. That's how far back this tradition goes, and they've always had good squads out there.
This is it's got a nice mix of veterans and young players on the roster. 7 seniors, 4 juniors, 2 sophomores, 6 freshmen for Oakfield. So they're trying to keep things going as they have the last couple of decades. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Liebenau slid out of the way of it, but it caught the inside corner, and it's another strikeout for Mansell.
Mansell's doing a great job mixing up the pitches. And the hitters are trying to guess. This one starts on the outside, Jay, and then comes on the inside. Great reaction there.
And Yenter, the catcher, held the glove in just the right spot to get the call. Now here is Samantha Tapp. And Savannah Tapp, swinging strike, 1-1.
Peyton Mansell, Jay's committed to Rock Valley to play softball. Only a junior, and she's already made that college commitment. But another year after things finish up here, she'll be a senior next year.
This one's fouled straight back to the screen.
She's also learning Portuguese, is Mansell, because she's going to go on a trip to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. She can pronounce it better than I can because she's going to speak the language. School trip coming up in January, so she wants to learn the native tongue.
Sounds like a good strategy. Packers are going to Brazil, right?
They are.
Face the Eagles. And a swinging strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Mansell in the second. Now a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. There's the state capital of Wisconsin on the Isthmus. doing a little repair work there.
On the what?
The isthmus.
You said atop the statue that's Miss Forward?
Miss Forward, I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Gold-plated Miss Forward.
Yeah. She looking good.
For being out in the rain all the time, yeah, she looks great.
All the elements.
Yeah. Here's a pop-up on the infield. Lamonska says she'll take it, and that retires Katie Ilka leading off the third inning.
Okay, Pacelli, Jay, has had a lot of traffic in the first 2 innings against Lamonska. She needs a shutdown inning right here. Gave up that single tally in the first, and then left the bases loaded in the second inning, so that was a good end result, but needs a clean inning here. Needs to just get through and get her confidence back. Here's the number 3 hitter in Ann Molsky's lineup, Hannah Trzynski. That one's fouled off the padding of the umpire, I believe. And he might strike one to Trzynski. Hannah committed to Minnesota Crookston Division II to play softball. Going to major in agricultural business. Actually, that one was off the catcher's mask of Samantha Tapp, so all is well. There is a base hit to right. So Trzynski gets the second inning, or the third inning started with a single with 1 out. Went the other way and hit it hard. Good determination there to go opposite field. Again, she was a problem at the plate a year ago in this matchup. Went 2 for 4 with the 4 ribbies, 4 of the 9 driven in by Hannah. What a week she's having. Yep. Kaylin Yenter up next, and the Pacelli catcher swings through strike 1. There's Trzynski. She's 9 for 9 in stolen bases this year. Good stop there by Samantha Tapp, the Oakfield catcher, to keep Trzynski right where she is at first. 486 on the year for Kaylin Yenter. You know, we asked the head coaches for player tidbits, game notes, if you will. And so Ann Molsky on Kaylin said she likes chipmunks better than squirrels. That's the note. Why was that asked? I wonder. Yeah. Here's the ground ball to short. Sobel goes to second for 1. They can't turn it. Ball skips away from Hoffman at first, but she's able to retrieve it. And it'll be a runner on first now with 2 down to Kelsey Giese for Pacelli. Well, this is how Lamonska got out of that jam in the second inning and left the bases loaded. Once there were runners on base, she was able to induce the ground outs and get the force out. So first one here to get you to 2 away. I don't like squirrels or chipmunks because they're making holes in our front yard all the time. That's what I was going to say. It's like, this isn't an either or. We're rocking a hard place, man. This is, both are evil rodents. Yeah, we get some interesting notes from these players sometimes, don't we? We're going to get notes from PETA now. Giese walked her first time. Lamonska missed on that one. There's Allie Lamonska, the Trailways North Conference Player of the Year the last 2 seasons. She's going to go to UW-Stevens Point and study wildlife ecology. Speaking of wildlife, should ask her if she likes chipmunks or squirrels, I guess. Yeah, good debate. Yeah. Yenter the runner at first. 1-2 the count to Giese at the plate. Swinging, strike 3. So Pacelli holds on to a 1-0 lead. Local break coming up. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Softball Championships are brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. There's the state championship trophy, and there's Lake Mendota on the other side of Goodman Diamond here on campus of the University of Wisconsin. Still no rain, still no wind, so we play on. 1-0 Pacelli. They scored that run in the first inning. Maddie Pionic with a triple. Katie Ilka sacrifice fly. Georgia Hoffman now leads off for Oakfield. 8-9-1 in Rob Schaefer's lineup for the Oaks. And just a button-up Lamonska, Jay. It wasn't a 1-2-3 inning. She gave up the hit. But after that, that qualifies as a shutdown inning. Yeah. Only made 11 pitches in that inning. That's how you get yourself back on track. 3 strikeouts with 11 pitches.
Quickly 0-2 to Hoffman. Off the end of the bat and fouled back to the screen. Oakfield Oaks have won 10 games in a row, including that semifinal win against Thorpe. Yeah, they split the semifinal games. The first Division 5 semifinal was Thursday night, and then the other one was played Friday morning. And down goes Hoffman.
That is 5 straight strikeouts now for Mansell, Jay.
Well, the pitchers are really starting to settle in, aren't they?
Yeah. And again, she's got good location. She's got the batters doing that, reactions like that, because this isn't just heat coming down the middle. She's got a lot of really good late movement on her pitches, and the batters are still trying to figure it out.
Here's Lainey Shep, the designated player, fouling the first pitch off. I remember all that talk we had about, oh, these teams score a lot of runs, double-figure games.
Pitcher's duel.
It's coming. I don't know. Well, this has been a week of, can you believe it? Big comebacks, surprising results, great softball. There's a bouncer back to Mansell, and she throws it past, and that'll reach Lainey Shep. So that was Trzynski at first, and she couldn't handle the throw from Mansell.
Well, what should have happened, Jay, this should just be an underhand toss. Should be easy underhand. You have plenty of time, and instead you're doing the overhand thing. And she didn't give Trzynski a chance to make the easy play.
Wasn't sure if Tess was covering from second, but it was Trzynski at first, and yeah, that's a tough one to handle. Okay, opportunity perhaps for the Oakfield offense. They'll lay down a bunt. Wilcocky. And close play at first, but out she goes. And the sacrifice is successful, and that moves Lainey Shep to second.
Now this time, here's the difference, Jay. You had to hurry on this throw, so Mansell had to do the overhand throw. You didn't have time to do the underhand scoop. She made the right call that time.
Good call at first base there. Clearly out, so 2 down. Runner now at second. Here's Ryan Vilbig, looking for her 9th run batted in on the year. Tries to walk up and slap it, but lets it go by, and it's ball 1. Ryan Vilbig, a second-team all-conference selection. Mansell trying to get Pacelli out of the 3rd inning here. That one floats outside. It's now 2-0. Busy day today. All 5 state softball championship games. Fall Creek and Cuba City will play for the Division 4 title after this one. 2-0. That one catches the inside corner. Great pitch by Mansell there.
Crickets and Cubans, Jay, in Division 4. A battle of newbies. First time both teams have made it to state, and they're going to play for a state championship. And 2 of the better nicknames in the state of Wisconsin.
Outside, 3-1. What did you say? There were 5 Cardinals?
5 Cardinals in the field.
We had 24 teams, is it? 5 Cardinals.
5 Cardinals. Oh. Good to be a Cardinal.
Yeah.
But only 1 Cubans and 1 Crickets. They're unique.
Yes. Here's the 3-1. Slap foul. Count goes full to Ryan Vilbig. Olivia Robinson on deck, hoping for a chance here in the Oakfield 3rd inning. Oakfield the number 1 seed, Pacelli number 2 seeded in Division 5. This is slapped to the left side. Oh, great pick by Giese. Throw across, but safe. Oh, what a great attempt there by Kelsey Giese, who backhanded it, but her throw could not beat Vilbig.
If Giese had this to do over, Jay, she would have probably tagged the runner going from second to third, because look how close she is. She could have just turned the glove around, and the swipe tag would have been the 3rd out.
Oh boy, I tell you what, that first base umpire is having all sorts of close calls over there to start. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. Here's Olivia Robinson, 627 her average on the year. She's driven in 36 runs.
Feel big down to second base, no throw. They're concentrating on the hitter Robinson, so they allow her to get to second base.
So now first base open. Hit hard to left. That's going to go over the head of Kelly to Nelson, and the merry-go-round is on. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Robinson into third. Save. She has a 2-run triple. She hit the daylights out of that thing.
Did she ever? And in one swing, Oakfield takes the lead. Powerful bat. Easy for the 2 runners to score. And you go back, Jay, your Pacelli, the error on the underhand, should have been the underhand toss at first. That kept the inning alive. Not tagging the runner, going from second to third, that kept the inning alive. So Robinson makes Pacelli pay.
Well, we were wondering where the offense was, and I guess it arrived here in the bottom of the third. Oakfield, its first lead of the day. Pacelli scored a run in the first. Now Oakfield has responded with 2 in the third. The inning continues to Ali Lamanska. So Robinson, who's been such a big run producer all season, comes through again in the state championship game for Oakfield. 1 strike pitch to Lamanska. Now it's 0-2.
Lamanska, again, 4 for 4 in the win over Thorpe. So a threat at the plate here to expand on this lead early.
Ali Lamanska says her favorite high school memory was senior skip day.
You too, huh, Allie?
I don't know if you should admit that. Strike 3, swinging. The inning ends, but Olivia Robinson drives in 2 with a triple, and Oakfield has the lead. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Well, Pacelli, a little different body language now as Oakfield comes up with 2 in the bottom of the third, and the Cardinals trail the Oaks 2-1 as we go to the Pacelli 4th inning. Ready for the Pacelli trivia question of the day?
I am.
Name the former Wisconsin Badgers head men's basketball coach who graduated from Pacelli High School in Stevens Point. It's not a trick question, but it's a tricky question.
Former men's head basketball. Yeah. Is it Dick Bennett?
You are 1 off.
Check. No.
The next guy. Brad Soderberg.
Brad Soderberg.
Here's a bounding ball to second. Vielbig, tough play. She can't even make a throw. It's going to be an infield hit to lead off the inning for Angela Martini. Yeah, so Dick Bennett resigned in November that year after the game of the Bradley.
Right. Brad Soderberg.
He wanted Brad Soderberg to take over. He did. It lasted about 6 months.
And he was a Pacelli guy.
Yeah, he was a Pacelli guy.
Awesome.
Here's a ground ball to short. To second for 1, no relay, so Tess will reach on a fielder's choice. Martini out at second, and 1 down, still with a runner at first for Pacelli.
Been a lot of fielder's choice on the scorecard, Jay. Again, you go back to Lamanska, when she gets in quote-unquote trouble, like the leadoff single here, then she's able to induce these ground balls. She's able to get the outs and keep that traffic off the bases.
First pitch swinging is Peyton Mansell, 0-1. Lamanska missed high, fake throw by Tapp to chase the runner back to first.
Softball in Stevens Point, Jay, as we know, has just been so good. Not only, what Spash does, being one of the top teams in the state year in, year out, and Pacelli joining them. So if you live in the Stevens Point area and you want to play softball, you have some choices and some options.
Stevens Point leads all programs. That's Spash, Stevens Point Area High School. Leads all state programs. State titles won with 9. Of course, they won 4 in a row back in 2001 to 2004. Kaukauna looked to join them, but Kaukauna lost to Milton last night in the Division I semifinal. 2-2 the count. Mansell pulls it foul. Look out, Ann Molsky. Look at that. Yeah, all right, good swing.
She's like, come on, take another shot at me. Ann's been teaching in the Pacelli school system for over 30-plus years now. Teaches second grade and now moving to fourth grade. We talk about tradition.
Yeah. Swinging strike 3. Down goes Mansell. 2 down. Runner at first.
And just the second strikeout by Lamanska so far here into the fourth inning. But she doesn't need the big strikeout totals, Jay. When there's traffic on the bases, she's finding a way to make the pitches to get the outs. It's all that matters.
First pitch to Nelson. Ball 1. While continuing our discussion of great teams from Stevens Point, Pacelli won 6 consecutive WIAA titles from 1992 to 97. So now, while Stevens Point High School was doing their stuff, they've been doing stuff for a long time at Pacelli. Swinging strike, 1-2 now to Caden Nelson.
Okay, so if you want to count the WIAA titles, and we will, with the 4 WIAA titles, that's 10 titles. That's 10 softball titles.
Swinging strike 3. Down we go. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Division 5 championship, Oakfield 2, Pacelli 1. A little polka music for you this morning for the crowd.
We are in Wisconsin. And
oh, that's that chicken dance thing.
Yeah, the chicken dance.
Leading off the bottom of the
wind is picking up, Jay, as you can see, and that's key because you talked about the wind the first couple days. But it was nothing when we started at 8 a.m. And again, there's rain that's on its way. But I think when the wind does that, that means it's getting closer. I don't have an AMS. I'm guessing.
Chief Meteorologist Bob Brainerd joining us today at Goodman Diamond.
Weather on the 8s.
1 ball. Here's Stella Hoffman at the plate for Oakfield. Foul. Just had WIAA Executive Director Stephanie Hauser say hi to us in the booth. Oh, there's Tom Shafransky. He's running the team tennis.
Yeah, all the brasses here. Better dummy up.
But Stephanie Hauser also, well, there's a looping fly ball that's going to fall in front of Ilka in center, and Stella Hoffman leads the Oakfield fourth with a single. Oaks trying to build on a 2-1 advantage.
And this is a good sign for Oakfield because not only did they get those 2 runs in the third, but they've kind of settled in now the second time through the order against Mansell. Remember, she had 5 straight strikeouts, but ever since then, they have been able to start making some contact as we get a courtesy runner at first base.
It's Kylie Marco, a 5'6" freshman for Oakfield. Kylie Marco. There you see Rob Schaefer getting the details, making it official. As we mentioned, Stephanie Hauser stopped by here. What a day she's got. She's going to award the trophy here. She's eventually going to go to Sun Prairie and award the trophy to the first state champions for boys and girls lacrosse. Their first time this year that the WIAA is supporting that sport. And then Stephanie will come back here. That, of course, there's a bunt laid down by Liebenau. And the sacrifice is successful, moving Hoffman to second. Of course, Stephanie's son, Sam, Stephanie and Dave's son, Sam, is playing in the NBA Finals for the Boston Celtics. So
going to jet back to Boston after all these state events.
It's good to be a Hauser these days, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Liebenau sacrifices the runner to second, Marco. So now with 1 out, here's Savannah Tapp. Fouled the first pitch straight back. Tapp struck out her first at bat in the second.
And again, Jay, what you're seeing here, this is the second AB for Tapp. She struck out her first time against Mansell in the second inning. You're starting to see Oakfield make the adjustments to the speed and the movement of these pitches.
This is the short. Gizio, they're going to have a long throw. Got her. And the runner just kept on going. So Marco ends up at third. as Tapp is retired at first. So they move up another base, and now Marco's at third with 2 out.
Making contact. Didn't happen in the first AB. So Hoffman struck out in the first look-see with Mansell. She was able to get the single. That's her runner there over at third. Making the adjustments in game.
And here comes a wild pitch, and Marco will score. It's 3-0 Oakfield. 3-1, excuse me. Well, alert base running by Marco, and the freshman comes home on the wild pitch.
That ball just had some rise and some late action again. And the catcher Yenter's been so good to be able to handle all this movement of her pitcher. That one just moved too late, too much, too fast.
Georgia Hoffman now up. So the bases are empty, but the run is in. 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth for Oakfield. The Oaks have 3 runs on 4 hits. They have not committed an error. Pacelli now a run on 3 hits and 2 errors. Mansell missed with that one. Oakfield's located in Fond du Lac County. A couple of members of our crew are graduates.
Yeah, the audio guys who jumped in our audio to tell us that.
But they're playing it right down the middle, you know?
Of course they are.
They're on the clock. It's another game.
All bets are off.
Afterwards, they can do whatever they want.
That's right.
3-1 Oakfield, leading in the bottom of the fourth. Mansell missed again, so now the count goes full 3-2.
So Mansell, you know, starting to struggle a little bit with the command here. So you've got Martini, you've got Trzynski. They can also pitch, Jay, if need be.
You may have heard a couple of raindrops hitting our field microphones, and so. And strike 3 looking. So that'll do it for the bottom of the fourth. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Our Division 5 championship game continues. Oakfield with a 3-1 lead over Pacelli. Well, Pacelli scored their run 2 batters into the game, but ever since, Ali Lamanska, the pitcher for Oakfield, has settled in pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so, Jay. Settling in nicely. Remember, she closed out the 4th inning with back-to-back Ks, so now up to 3 strikeouts. But again, this is about throwing strikes and trusting your defense behind you. We've seen that time and time again, where if there is somebody on the bases, she's able to shake that off, able to trust that defense. A lot of ground balls after that to get force outs at the bases and then get herself through these innings.
Top of the order for Pacelli here in the 5th. Maddie Pionic leads off. She had the leadoff triple in the very first inning and scored on Katie Ilka's sacrifice fly for the only Pacelli run.
And maybe of even more importance for Lamanska to settle in, Jay, is she's working with a lead. She's got a little pad here, so she doesn't have to be as fine.
Now she's fallen behind 3-0. Katie Ilka's next, followed by Hannah Trzynski, top 3rd of the Pacelli order here in the 5th. Pionic looks at a strike.
Jay, Maddie competed in the American Ninja Warrior junior competition. So don't mess with this freshman.
No kidding. Hot shot to 3rd off the glove of Liebenau and into left. And here comes Pionic going into 2nd, and she's there leading off the 5th.
That was a hot smash. Liebenau had her played perfectly. But you better check the dental work when it's coming in that hot.
They're going to give her an error. Tough error, but it hit her glove and caromed into left.
And then Maddie goes head first like a ninja warrior into 2nd.
Beware middle infielders. Here's Ilka. She has driven in the only Pacelli run today. Second team all-conference outfielder. Plays guitar, part of the math league team too, Katie Ilka. A well-rounded life at an early age.
There's a math league? There's a league for math?
Bob, I was on the math team and the chess team. I played at state chess 2 years in a row.
Nerd.
You're just realizing this now?
I'm jealous, but you're still a nerd.
I don't know, you call them mathletes on the math team.
I see what you did there.
3-0. Strike. Pionix at second after the error on Liebenau. Now Ilka trying to get on with a 3-0 count and set it up for the heavy hitters in the Cardinals lineup. Trying to rally from 2 down here in the 5th. Hot shot to center. That's going to fall for a hit. Here comes Pionix rounding third. Ball mishandled in the outfield for a moment, and that gets Ilka into second. Pacelli trails 3-2.
Pionix was going to score anyway, Jay, with her speed at second base, but you allow Ilka to get that extra bag. But this was a solid single. And then watch the center fielder Robinson. Just doesn't get the glove down. So you just gave the extra bag on that play. Could be trouble here. Tying run now at second base.
And Hannah Trzynski coming up. Oh, Katie Ilka, a couple RBIs. Both RBIs for Pacelli. Trzynski takes a strike. She has one of the 4 Pacelli hits today. Inside. Hannah Trzynski's initials, H-I-T. Hannah I. Trzynski.
Meant to play this game.
Hit. See if she can get one here. Ball bounces away from tap, and that allows the runner Ilka to get to third.
So Pacelli, 5th inning now and trailing by 2. Heads on a swivel on the bases. Put yourself in a good position.
And we're going to have a discussion as the count is now 2-1. Here comes Rob Schaefer, the Oakfield coach. We mentioned Fall Creek and Cuba City in Division 4 coming up next. Our Division 3 championship game scheduled for about 1 o'clock, Laconia and Prescott. Division 2 at about 4 o'clock, Mosinee and Waupun. And then our Division 1 final scheduled for 6:30 is Milton against Kenosha Bradford. Another look at the wild pitch that moved the runner up to third.
Yeah, it took a bad hop on the catcher tap. I mean, glove was there, was in the vicinity. It just bounded up the dirt and took a crazy carom the other way.
So again, 2-1 is the count to the hitter Trzynski. Outfield shading her toward the right side just a little bit. Now it's a 3-1 count to the Pacelli first baseman. Look at those numbers. Here's the 3-1 to second. Vilbig will make the play at first, but another run will score as Ilka comes in, and we are back to even 3-3. Give Trzynski an RBI ground out.
Catcher, Kaylin Yenter.
Hit it right to Vilbig, but by the time she caught the ball, pretty much, Ilka had crossed the plate. Top of the order, very productive for Pacelli. All 3 RBIs, all 3 runs. Between them, they've all had a hit. Hard hit to left, over the head of Hoffman, off the wall. Here's Yenter rounding first. She'll pull into second with a double. Pacelli offense coming alive here in the 5th.
So just when Lamanska, we talked about it, how she had settled in the Pacelli bats, they settle in as well. Yenter 3 for 4 in the win against Assumption. Solid here. And then getting the runners on the bases. You had the error in there and making sure that they're able to find ways to go station to station.
So Yenter's at second. Here's Giese. Only 1 out in the inning. 2 runs are in. Boy, everybody gets a hit to get on base. And you watch a Brewer game, they're dancing. They're doing some little hand thing. That was a nice little dance they had there with
Sure was.
Giese.
Yeah. Choreography is the key, Jay. You all want to be on the same page.
Well, so true. Foul back.
And Molsky said that the team slogan, the motto this season is pressure is a privilege. You hear that a lot in sports. But with Pacelli, you're the defending state champs in this Division 5. You beat this same Oakfield team a year ago. And that's pressure on you. You've played all year with that target on your back. And you got it again because this is the team that wants to avenge what happened in 2023. So the pressure point was here. You're down 3-1. How do you respond? We've seen how the Cards have responded.
0-2 the count to Kelsey Giese. And strike 3 looking. Painted the corner. Good pitch there by Lamanska. More than she needed it. 2 down.
Yeah, now we're seeing how Lamanska handles the pressure. He came into this inning up a 2 spot. That's gone. The go-ahead runs at second base. She's responding now. 1 more big out to try to get to keep it tied.
And here's Amelia Martini.
And can still pick it.
Yeah. Well, another thing, Ann Molsky wanted to make a point about how she wants players to leave a legacy. They have a tradition. They want to leave things better than what they came arriving at Pacelli, and they certainly done it. Hot shot past Bilbig. That'll roll all the way to the wall. In comes Yenter. Martini pulls into second, and Pacelli has the lead back 4-3.
So Martini's stirring things up here, Jay.
Oh, see what you did there.
But this is a hot smash as well.
Yeah, how about that? The second baseman also almost made the play, but then it rolled all the way to the wall. That's how hard the ball was hit.
Second baseman.
So Martini RBI double. Here comes second baseman Ava Tess. Took a while for the offenses to get going, but now they're in full swing. Pacelli has 2 in the, or excuse me, Oakfield has 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and now Pacelli has responded with 3 in the top of the 5th to take the lead back.
And Lamanska, again, the triple to start things off. You're a little rattled. She settles in for the next 3 innings.
Bunt. Strike.
But Pacelli's figured some things out here. They've also been opportunistic here in this inning, Jay.
Question. One-two. Tess will foul it. That will be out of the reach of Georgia Hoffman, the first baseman for Oakfield. See a lot of players take deep breaths in this tournament. Not on the line, man. It means the world to them. There you see the support of the teammates. Foul. Keeps the count at 1-2 to Ava Tess.
We talked about leaving a legacy and the tradition at Pacelli. 2 of Ann's assistants were also players and coaches that they have won titles at Pacelli in those same roles.
Ball. We talked about the one player who was in the Ninja Junior competition.
Yeah.
Ava Tess played 2 rugby games this year until she broke her collarbone playing rugby.
This is it's kind of a byproduct of the sport, right?
This will be the 30th pitch of the inning for Ali Lamanska.
Just got a piece to stay alive, too. Good Tess.
So Ava Tess, been a long inning. Error, a single, a ground out, double, strikeout, double. 3 runs in for Pacelli. Little high, 3-2. We were talking about this yesterday. Well, you're talking about any baseball, softball game. 3rd time through the lineup, something happens.
Without question.
Statistics prove it. We see it again here. Swinging strike 3. Big inning for Pacelli. They come up with 3. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
3 runs on 3 hits with 2 errors and 1 left.
The 2024 WIAA Softball Championships are brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. Boy, that looks like an island in the Caribbean, but that's Picnic Point here on Lake Mendota. Beautiful scene.
That's not an isthmus?
That is not.
Okay.
That is a point. Like Stevens Point. And they're in the field. First pitch swinging. Good pick there at third by Maddie Pionic. And it's a quick first out as Lainey Shep grounds out the third.
We've seen some good plays defensively from both teams today. We've also seen some miscues, okay?
Right fielder,
Bottom
Marissa
5
Kutke.
one-run game, this is where you have to tighten up your defense because this is where games can be decided.
No question. Top of the order, Marissa Kotke. Well, here's Oakfield's 3rd time through the lineup. Let's see if they have similar results to Pacelli's 3rd time through. Cardinals came up with 3 when they got that opportunity. The 3rd, very busy for Maddie Pionic to start the inning here. 2 up, 2 down.
Maddie, again with the leadoff hitter, you like to sneak in because there's a lot of balls like that. You've got a lot of slap hitters, so you play in close. And you wear that cage for a reason because you are playing in close, but she's made 2 really nice plays.
He has indeed. All right, here's Ryan Vielbig. As Mansell tries to have another quick inning. Bunt. Mansell fields, throws, got her. 4-pitch inning for Peyton Mansell. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. There's Madison. There you see the isthmus.
Oh, that's the isthmus.
The strip of land that's connected, that's between 2 bodies of water. Did you know Madison is one of only 2 major
For the
U.S. cities
Pacelli
built on an
Cardinals,
isthmus?
pitcher Peyton Mansell.
I didn't know
Would
that.
you like a clue?
Sure.
Western state of Washington. Oh, that's too much of a clue.
Yeah, gotta be Seattle.
It's Seattle.
Yeah.
You're right. Very good. Yeah, how about that? Very unique. Mansell first pitch swinging. Boy, what's with people are getting a little itchy. They're swinging at everything now.
Yeah, well, and you talked, Jay, earlier about going through the lineup for the 2nd, for the 3rd time. They've got the pitchers measured now. So if they see something meaty on the first pitch, they're going to be swinging.
As witnessed there by Peyton Mansell, the leadoff batter here in the 5th. This is the short. Krista Sobel throws. Little off line, but nice job by Georgia Hoffman, the first baseman, to tag Mansell coming down. First out in the 6th inning.
Left fielder, Kaden
Mansell was
Nelson.
hustling, but there you see the heads-up play by Hoffman. There's Caden Nelson. Been a back-and-forth game. Pacelli led 1-0. Oakfield scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th to lead 3-1. And Pacelli responded with 3 in the 5th. And the Cardinals now lead again 4-3.
Jay, Caden plays softball, hits left-handed, golfs left-handed, does everything else in life right-handed. That's unique.
That sounds very unique.
I've heard of baseball and softball players that are left-handed, but they golf right-handed.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's usually like a club thing, right?
Right.
The clubs weren't available, so I just picked up the righties and
Off the fist foul. I can play golf neither right-handed nor left-handed, it seems, these days.
Same. Doesn't matter which clubs are in our hands.
I try to hit it here, and it goes over there. We're in the top of the 6th of our Division 5 championship game. Been a good one. To short for Sobel. Out at first, 2 down. So Krista Sobel being very active at shortstop for Oakfield.
Yeah, and Lamaska, Jay, she's going back into, she's throwing strikes because we're seeing them going after, we're seeing Pacelli go after a lot of first, second pitch offerings, and she's also getting them to pound it back into the ground. That's what she was doing between innings 2, 3, and 4.
Well, here's the 4th time through the Pacelli order. Here's Maddie Pionic. What a day she's had. Been on base twice. Led off the game with a triple, scored 2 runs. Well, you want your leadoff hitter to be a table setter, and Pionic has done just that. Couldn't keep that one in play. Fouled it off. 0-2. Coming up for Oakfield in the 6th, the heart of their order, Olivia Robinson, Allie Lamonska, and Stella Hoffman. 3, 4, and 5. But first, they're going to try and get out of this 6th. Top of the 6th for Pacelli. Fought off again by Piana.
I wonder again, Jay, if Pacelli, does Ann Molsky, does she make a pitching change away from Peyton Mansell? Again, she's got Martini, she's got Trzynski. All 3 of them have similar numbers. All 3 are good in the circle. So does she need to make a change? Or does she let Peyton go the distance?
I was going to say that's why she gets paid the big bucks, but again, if you're a softball coach and you do it per hour, you're not making anything. Fly ball to right. Kotke has it. 1-2-3 inning for Lamonska. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Softball Championship are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. All right, Peyton Mansell still in the circle for Pacelli as we hit the bottom of the 6th inning Division 5 championship.
Center fielder.
Heart of the order for Oakfield, Jay Robinson, Lamonska, Hoffman.
Olivia Robinson has the big hit in the game for Oakfield, a 2-run triple in the 3rd. And she swings at the first pitch, and this one on the infield. Ava Test makes a routine catch, 1 out. A big first out.
Yeah, and a big first pitch from Mansell, knowing that Robinson would be hungry to try to get something meaty like she drove the first time when she had that big triple in the 3rd.
I don't know if people have lunch plans or what, but boy, they certainly have moved things along here. A lot of first pitch swings. There's another one. That's Ellie Lamonska.
Sometimes, Jay, coaches will do that. 2nd, 3rd time through the order. That'll be the directive. If it's there, swing at it.
Fouled, 0-2.
And especially with the 2 pitchers we have. Again, they're not big strikeout throwers, but they're strikeout throwers is what I meant. But they are strike throwers. So they're going to get a lot of balls that are in the zone. And coaches will make that adjustment and say, don't sit there and wait. Don't let them nibble. Swing away if you like it.
Foul. And these pitchers have been taught from day one, first pitch strike, So typically you will get a lot of opportunities to hit that first pitch. There's a Pacelli fan. Hey, there's Tim Kinnick right next to him.
Not a Pacelli fan.
Not a Pacelli. He's from Edgar.
Hanging out bothering the Pacelli fans.
Tim Kinnick from our Rush Media organization. That pitch just missed, 1-2. The Pacelli fans wanted it, didn't get it. Here comes Mansell, and again fouled off by Lamonska. Tough day at the plate for Allie Lamonska, 2 strikeouts. She is capable. 522 her average on the season.
Yeah, 4 for 4 in the win over Thorpe, being held in check here.
Yenter with the sign. Mansell with the pitch. Kind of crossed up Yenter a little bit, but no harm. 2-2 the count. Stella Hoffman on deck. Anxious moments in the Oakfield dugout. Fouled again off the end of the bat. You see more ponchos coming out. The walking areas around the stadium showing a little glimmer of moisture.
Yeah, they'll play through this. It's only if obviously, if there's lightning in the area, they pull the young ladies off the field, and torrential rain doesn't work for softball.
No. I'll tell you one thing, if we do get some significant rain, this field can be put back into playing condition in a hurry. They do a great job here. Foul. They've got a big wheel with a sponge in it. And they roll this sponge on it, and it just soaks up the moisture, and then they rake it, and here we go.
Yeah, natural grass, natural dirt surface here in Madison.
2-2 pitch. Buckled the knees a bit of Lamonska, but she looked at it for a ball, and it's 3-2.
And more, Jay, there are schools that are going to the artificial grass, the fake grass, as I like to call it. And a lot of these young women they play club, and they're used to playing on that surface.
Up the middle, off the glove of Mansell, off the chest of Giese, and Lamonska's going to reach. Boy, that thing took a few caroms, and Lamonska made it to first, and she's there with one out.
For Mansell, I mean, the reaction is you want to try to snag it yourself. But when she did, and it caromed, it actually didn't help Giese out because of the deflection.
Meredith Steinke, the runner for Lamonska. Steinke, another freshman. She's listed at 5 feet 4 inches tall, getting the instructions from the coach. I don't think that's so tough. We're sitting there watching the game, and all of a sudden, you're in. And oh, by the way, it's the state finals, and you're down 1.
You're the tying run.
Don't mess up. So Steinke takes over for Lamonska. Here's Stella Hoffman. Ooh, showed bunt. Diving catch, she got it. Wow. Maddie Pionic with the defensive play of the game for the second out.
We've seen Pionic hugging that line, and because she was playing there, she gave herself a chance, charging in and then throwing on the brakes. Has to change directions and then makes the basket catch.
Boy, that change of direction was something.
You also got Yenter, your catcher with all that gear, closing in on you, almost a collision there.
Oh, yeah, you should smile. That's a heck of a play. And Molsky making sure that Lamonska's, or Pionic rather, is okay after that dive. She said, oh yeah, I feel just fine, thank you.
Yeah, amped up.
And what a moment to make a play like that. 2 down, runner at first. Alexis Liebenau at the plate. First pitch misses, ball 1. Liebenau today 0 for 2 with a strikeout. It's getting late here in the Division 5 championship. Off the inside, ball 2.
Mansell has not walked a hitter today.
Strike. Swung right through it. A 1-out hit for Allie Lamonska. Steinke in to run for her at first with 2 down. Three and 1. Savannah tapped the catcher on deck.
No walks by Manzel issued today. And not a good time to put a runner on if she can't find the plate here.
That pitch is true for strike 2. 3-2. Big moment at the plate for Alexis Leavenow. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And that does it. And what a great play again by Maddie Pionic. And it's 4-3 Pacelli as we continue. Now a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station. The 2024 WIAA Softball Championships are brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Association Council. WIAC thanks all public school educators giving their all this school year. WIAC, we teach, we inspire. There's the Memorial Union Terrace in Lake Mendota in the background. You go to the University of Wisconsin, you spend a day or two at the Union Terrace studying, of course. The Pacelli 7th inning. Cardinals leading 4-3. Katie Ilka leads off and lifts a foul pop-up behind the plate. Samantha Tapp handles it for the first out.
Tapp didn't have time to get the gear off. This is difficult when you're trying. She's trying to take the mask off and then realizes I don't have time, so she almost tripped over her feet and
she did the little Scotty Scheffler handstand.
Yeah, that's.
Savannah Tapp makes the catch, and that's out number 1. Now at the plate is Hannah Trzynski, and she looks at ball 1. Trzynski's 1 for 3 on the day. And you see Lamanska trying to get that hand dry and wipe off the ball a little bit too. Just enough moisture to complicate things just a little bit. And gets the 3rd pitch in the at-bat over for a strike 2-1.
So Ann Molsky between innings when her pitcher comes out, she actually goes to the circle and was drying off the softball.
Shortstop Krista Sobel with another chance and throws over to first for out number 2, getting Trzynski. Kaylin Yenter up next. Well, you play softball in Wisconsin in the spring. You gotta get used to that weather.
Yeah, spring.
Yeah. Especially this spring. And another first pitch swing and a fly ball in the infield, and that's going to be grabbed by Leavenow. That's a 7-pitch inning for Lamanska. Last chance for Oakfield. Pacelli 4-3. Now station for your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the 7th Division 5 State Championship. Pacelli 4, Oakfield 3. 3 runs in the 5th by Pacelli, the difference, and Peyton Manson will try to close out a state title for Pacelli. And Oakfield has the rally caps on. Here we go. Savannah Tapp leading off. Wow. Again, swinging at the first pitch. The 0-1. Strike 2. Boy, if she does swing at that, I don't know what she's going to do with it. That was well placed. That's her keeping calm as well as she can. Here's the 2-strike pitch to Tapp. Outside.
Good waste pitch there. And try to get the hitter to chase after one that's out of the zone.
play a lot of games in a year. You know, both of these teams, 29 games all season long, but there's nothing like this. Caught the corner, strike three. Tap thought it was outside. The umpire called it a strike. One down in the seventh.
Pitcher's pitch. You try to paint that corner. You try to dot the very inside. Good job by Yenter to squeeze it right across the kneecaps.
Here's Georgia Hoffman, the number 8 hitter. Again, goes after the first one, fouls it off.
That had to be the marching orders, Jay. Again, the second time, third time through that. And we said it earlier when Mansell had the 3-1 count. She hasn't walked a batter yet. So I think Oakfield took the idea that we're not going to get free passes. We're not going to get a lot of balls that are out of the zone. So if it's there, you got to go after it.
Well, what have we seen all week long? Teams with leads in the 7th inning haven't always been able to close them, that's for sure. The last out can be very, very difficult. 1-2. Hoffman fouled it at the plate.
This three-headed pitching monster, that I call it, for Pacelli, Martini, Mansell, who's out there, and Trzynski. Stats are all even. Martini has the only save this year, Jay. Rest of the time, if you're in the circle, they've been able to finish what they started.
They're going to leave it in the hands of Mansell, it looks like. Fouled again. Good battle developing here between Georgia Hoffman and Peyton Mansell.
But Ann Molsky has options that if Oakfield puts a couple on and she feels like Mansell is maybe starting to tire, maybe we see a Martini, maybe Trzynski for one last out.
1-2. This is curling foul, long run for Martini. She can't get there. Trzynski was hustling, Ava Tess was hustling, but none of them could get it, so a long strike, and it remains 1-2 to the hitter Georgia Hoffman.
All that being said, you want to give Mansell, and I'm sure Ann is thinking that, you want to give her the opportunity to finish what she started. Be honest with yourself if you're tiring and you don't have the same stuff. But she has earned the right to stay in the circle here and get that third and final out.
Here comes Mansell. Hot shot to center. It'll hold up for Ilka. 2 down. Boy, Hoffman hit it hard, but right at the center fielder. Pacelli 1 out away from another state title.
Designated player, Laney
10
Shep.
strikeouts for Mansell. That one was solid contact.
Laney Shep, the last chance for Oakfield. Well, there she looks at the first pitch, ball 1. She's a .413 hitter on the year, Laney Shep. Ball.
And you want to end it here if you're Pacelli, for obvious reasons, but also lineup flips to the top of the order here if you lose Shep. And then the big bats, Cocky, Big Robinson, Lamanska.
There's a strike, 2-1.
You don't want him to get into the teeth of this Oakfield order, so that's why this is a key at bat here for Mansell.
Here's the 2-1 to Shep coming from Peyton Mansell. Foul. Oakfield down to their last strike. The 2-2 pitch to Shep. Fouled again. The drama continues.
Yeah, Shep, she's your DP, and you're able to hit her 9th because It's the luxury in this lineup. Over 400 hitter.
And as you say, Bobby, if they can get to the top of the order, they've got a chance. Strike three looking. The Pacelli Cardinals win the State Division V championship again. Pacelli, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Oakfield, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Here's that last pitch.
Strikeout number 11 for Mansell. And perfect time to get it. And then this is a recording, Jay. They did it a year ago on this very diamond against this very same traditionally strong Oakfield team. They beat the Oaks again.
And now it's time for your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. And there's only one play I think that we can think of.
I think so.
Makes sense. And that's that diving catch by third baseman Matty Pionic into foul territory. What a play.
Yeah, there's a runner on first, so this was key because you got a huge out. And don't extend that inning when Oakfield looked like they had the tying run. They were going to do something. And she made sure that they did nothing after that.
That was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. We're getting ready to talk to Pacelli head coach Ann Molsky. We see that Ann has the heads. And Ann, Jay and Bob up at the booth. Can you hear us?
Up at the booth.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
Hey, Ann.
That was loud. Wow.
Okay. There you go. So, Ann, we understand your team slogan is "Pressure is a privilege." Well,
yes.
You were very cool ride you had.
Well, you know, Maddie started off for us with that triple, and we put pressure on them, and then they came back and they made the run. And we've always said, good teams answer other good teams, and they came back and they didn't. We don't stop. We don't die. We just keep rolling. So, you know, I love these girls. I love them.
And tradition doesn't win year to year, but it means something. And these two programs both have great softball traditions.
Yes.
For you and this group, what did that tradition mean to get you this far once again?
Well, you know, it's like my first base coach played in 203 in one state. My other coach played at 215, one state. My other 2 coaches have been coaching with us. This is a family that's been working since 1995, I think. You know, the tradition is big, and we love what we do, and we love our Cardinals. So we're just going to we want to keep inspiring the people and pointing our Pacelli people to keep playing this game because there's nothing like it.
And go get that shiny gold trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ann Molsky, 20th season, another state championship for Pacelli. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Well, the Oakfield Oaks, another great season as they finished 26-4, second place in the state. Of course, you're always going to be a little disappointed right at the end after coming so close to the state title, but they'll look back warmly on this 2024 softball season.
Yeah, runners-up a year ago to this same Pacelli squad, Jay. This is their 5th runner-up trophy to go with the 6 gold balls that they have. Not bad when you talk about tradition to have that many state championship trophies. That's 11 total now in 17 trips to the state tournament.
All right, now let's award the Pacelli Cardinals.
2024 WIAA Division V State Champion, Pacelli Cardinals. Manny Pionic, Jaden Struck, Katie Ilka, Kaylin Yenter, Kelsey Gacy, Addison Osipowski, Hannah Trzynski, Peyton Mansell, Hayden Nelson. Ryland Mayak. Amelia Martini. Ava Tess. Haley Siski. Ella Tess. Avery Wernick. Layla Kepalowski. And Ella Van Order. Will Coach and Mulski please come forward to receive the trophy for the back-to-back state champion, Pacelli Cardinals.
28 wins, 2 losses. Pacelli wins the 5th WIAA State Softball Tournament in school history. Division III in 2012, Division IV in 2003, 2013, 2023, and now Division V in 2024. Bob, what a great game. Both teams played well, and it was really entertaining.
Yeah, we said at the very outset that this was the matchup everybody in Division V expected to have when it was all said and done. We got it. It was a good game. One more run and some tears, even from the winners. So winning truly never gets old.
Okay, we'll resurface the field, and then we'll be back with the Division IV State Championship game. Bob and Bill Brophy will be along with that. Fall Creek against Cuba City. Again, our Division V final, Pacelli 4 and Oakfield 3. For our great Rush Media crew, Bob Brainerd, Jay Wilson. Thanks for being with us. See you in a little over half an hour with the Division IV final from Goodman Diamond.